Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I'm here with a short Friday Reads video. These books will all probably look pretty familiar to you. So I'm currently reading two books, and I'm hoping to make good-sized dents in both of them this weekend. The first one is Confederates in the Attic, Dispatches from the Unfinished Civil War by Tony Horowitz. This book is really, I don't know, like, truth is scarier than fiction. Because this is nonfiction, and it's just talking about people's attitudes in the South, some people's attitudes in the South, regarding the Civil War. And Tony Horowitz, to his credit, does a really great job of just letting people speak and do their thing. It's a bit like Jordan Klepper, if you watch Jordan Klepper on Trevor Noah's show. Like, he just lets people talk, and he doesn't need to say anything, because what they're saying is mind-boggling to me. And I live a long way from the southern U.S., but yeah. So this is a very interesting, albeit depressing read so far, but this is one of my high priority books for the year, so I'm very, very determined to read it. The other book you will know that I am reading is the Annotated Alice. This is the 150th anniversary deluxe edition, and it includes both Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass and What Alice Saw There, as well as some other items. It has at least, I think, 4 introductions. It has illustrations from all over the world. And it has a lot of annotations. Now, the first time I read Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass was in a copy that I don't think, if it had, I can't find it for one thing. I don't know what happened to the copy of it. But yeah, I didn't really appreciate it. It wasn't as much fun as I wanted it to be. I was like maybe willing it to be. And I don't like these annotated books, because there's a bunch of books like this, and I just find them really awkward and heavy, and so I've never had any interest in them. But this is really what I needed to enjoy Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. That's what I'm reading right now, and then I'll start reading Through the Looking Glass hopefully by the end of the weekend. But you guys, the annotations have made such a world of difference for me. They're, I think we forget, like, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, it's a Victorian book. There was a reference to Dombey and Son. I was like instantly voxering Joe Smith. I mean, like, there's somebody just made a reference to Dombey and Son in one of the notes in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Where grin like a Cheshire, I can't say it, Cheshire cat, like, where that expression, nobody really knows where that expression originated, but it didn't originate in these books. It was already an expression, and then they go into, like, what does that even mean, and where might those things have come from? So I find that fascinating. There's stuff about science, there's stuff about math, there's so many things that Lewis Carroll is making fun of, that children would have been really familiar with, well, children and adults would have been really familiar with at the time that this was published, right? So things in school books, and Alice, just Alice or another character says them completely differently, and plays plays it around with it, and there's so much whimsy and wordplay and just interesting things about this book. So I will be talking more. There's going to be a very special Alice video at some point this month. I don't know when, but there will be. So I'll be talking about it more. I'll just show you some of the... My goal is to hopefully post an illustration from this book like maybe every day, 1 week on Instagram, and you can find my Instagram information down below. So look at that. That's where they're painting the roses red. And oh, let's find a tea party. Yeah, all the stuff about like who the Mad Hatter might have been based on. So you can see. They're just wonderful. They're just absolutely, it's amazing. It's amazing. And it's been a totally different reading experience just because I've had the annotations and the illustrations and then the story itself. Yeah. So it's really opened up that kind of world for me. I mean, I feel like I read a fair amount of books from Victorian England. I mean, I read at least one Dickens book every year, but there's so much stuff in here that's really geared toward children that I just, yeah, I would have never, like, it's, for modern readers, it doesn't make any sense, right? So anyway, it's been a pleasure. I've been reading this with Shelly Swearingen, so I really enjoyed talking with her about Alice, and I think we're going to finish Alice's Adventures in Wonderland this weekend and then start Through the Looking Glass. So, so this morning when I looked at what was happening on BookTube and what was happening in my subscription feed, a lot of people were talking about the shortlist for the International Booker, and all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, the Pulitzer Prize. Because the last time the Pulitzer Prize, the last time I checked on when the Pulitzer Prize was going to be announced, and I'm speaking specifically about the Pulitzer Prize for fiction, which I read every year, and it's coming out. Last time they said it was going to be in April, and so last June I made a whole series of videos about the Pulitzer Prize. I'm pretty sure I have a playlist of those videos if you'd like to look at them, but I pledged to reread some of the Pulitzer Prizes, and one of them was The Amazing Adventures of Kavalier and Clay by Michael Chabon, and so I was just like, I'm really sorry, but I'm not gonna get this done by the beginning of April. So today I looked, and now they are saying that tentatively the awards will be announced on, I think it's May 8th or May 9th. So I thought, like, if I can really, especially Confederates in the Attic, if I can really dig into that and like just crank through that, maybe there's hope for me that I could at least be a good way through this before the next Pulitzer is announced. You guys, I am so afraid because I really feel like I know what is going to be the winner this year, and it is huge. It is such a huge book. You can tell me in the comment section if you think you know which book I'm talking about. But it really seems like a Pulitzer Prize kind of book, and yeah, it's just gigantic. It's absolutely huge. So I had to call the library today. Well, so today was the library book sale. I did not go. Jason went. He had to pay and like register in advance so that there's only so many people in the space at a time, and yeah, he had to pay to get in. And then, yeah, he had this huge list. Like we compiled this list of things we were looking for, and maybe like things we wanted to give other people or something like that. And it was very, very disappointing. But like an hour before before he was scheduled to go to the book sale, I was like, oh my God, like, see if this book is there. And I gave him the name and the author. And yeah, he hardly got any books at the library book sale. It was so disappointing. Those of you who live in places where there are great book sales all the time, just enjoy it and appreciate it. The one thing that he did pick up for me is a paperback copy of Les Mis by Victor Hugo. And I was kind of hoping for, like, I don't know, is there a trade paperback of this? Anyway, this book feels like maybe it was carried around but not read. It's pretty, the spine is pretty tight considering that it's a paperback. We have a hardcover of Les Miserables, but it's just so freaking huge. And there's, again, like the Annotated Alice, like I can't read it in bed, so it's just too awkward. So this is going to be one of my big goals for 2023. I am planning on working on this, and I'll probably use both editions just to see like what the translation, if the translation is really different, or yeah, that kind of thing. So I'll probably migrate between the two books, but I'm planning the first 3 months of next year to work on this along with other things, but this is my big mammoth for the beginning of 2023. So that was the only thing that he got that I was terribly interested in, and maybe he'll share with you the other books that he picked up, but it was nowhere near what we were expecting. So all right, BookTube, I would so love to hear from you. I would love it if you would vote in my community poll that's happening on my community tab right now. You can access that on my channel on your phone or your computer. I would really like to have 100 votes. So if you would please vote in that would be great. And as for this video, I would love to hear what you are reading, what your upcoming plans for the weekend are. You're going to be reading indoors, outdoors? Do you have other obligations, other things that are going on in your life? I'm hoping to record some videos this weekend, and I hope to have a special video for you on Sunday. So fingers crossed on that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so I would just love to hear from you in the comment section. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, that's totally fine. You can leave an emoji or give this video a thumbs up. And it really does make a huge difference to me to see what people think of the videos. So gives me some feedback, and I love engaging with all of you. I love it so much. So all right, BookTube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.